love came and hit me in the eye. Wham, bam, alakazam, out of an orange-colored, purple-striped, pretty green polka-dotted sky. Flash, bam, alakazam, and goodbye. Well, growing up, I always listened to Broadway soundtracks. I grew up watching videos with my parents of all the musicals, and I did community theater as a kid, and that love just kind of continued with me. But my parents, being Filipino, also always stressed the importance of school and academics. So I was always kind of juggling both, balancing left and right brain. And even when I was in college, I majored in industrial and systems engineering, but I did a minor in musical theater. My love for Broadway kept continuing through childhood, through high school, and then college. And then after I graduated, I moved to New York to start auditioning in the scary world of theater while I was also working on my master's from afar. I didn't really realize it until I was about to graduate, and I was looking at actual engineering job applications, and I was looking at a piece of paper in my hand, and I was starting to fill it out, and I realized, I don't think this is what I want to do right now. I think I want to go to New York and test myself. Oh, it was so scary. First of all, I went to school pretty close to home. I went to school in Southern California, and moving away to New York, I'd never lived that far from my parents before. I felt like this small town girl in a huge city, and I would get to these auditions, and I didn't have an agent, I didn't have a manager, and I didn't have union status, which are all things that help you get into the audition room. So I'd have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, line up at 6 a.m. outside the buildings, and just wait for hours and hours to sometimes not even be seen. My first big show, my Broadway debut, was in Mamma Mia, and it was a very special show to me because I watched that show when it came touring across the country in LA. But it was a very special experience because it's something that my family did together, and we bought the CD, and I listened to it pretty much every day after that. And so to get to perform those songs on a stage, like in the show that I had grown up loving, was really, really special. I haven't been here in the Philippines for about 20 years, and this is my first time back. And I never had really thought about doing a career here, but now that I'm here and falling back in love with the country, I would love any excuse to be here some more. I would definitely say that training is super important, training and discipline. But aside from that, that's kind of like the hard skills part that you can work on, and with a given amount of hours you're going to achieve this much. But the softer side of it is that no matter what, you need to learn who you are as an artist. Don't try to just copy someone else. Figure out what's different about you and hang on to that, because I've discovered that knowing who I am and figuring out how to highlight the things about me that are different are what usually get me the job.